We'll be spending the next 5 days in Budapest, Hungary, and even taking a day trip to the beautiful and enchanting Vienna. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through the most magnificent architecture and churches with hidden secrets, and even witness the display of an old king's mummified hand. Because we're so ambitious and hungry for incredible sights, we'll share with you our whirlwind day trip to the city of dreams and music, Vienna. The birthplace of many monumental figures such as Mozart and Beethoven, showcases gorgeous scenery straight out of a fairy tale. To meet this rich culture with unwinding relaxation, we'll give you an insight into what the experience is like basking in one of the largest thermal baths in Europe. Join us as we unlock the secrets of Budapest, exploring the intersection of history, culture, and of course, adventure. So buckle up and let's set sail on an unforgettable voyage through the heart of Hungary.
Welcome to Budapest! We're so excited to be here. This is our first day here, and ooh, everything is looking so beautiful. And Budapest looks more like Europe than Europe looks like Europe.
Actually, what's interesting is a lot of movie scenes and films, at least a portion of them, if it's like, let's say there's a small side story in Paris, were actually filmed in Budapest. So I feel like that's why we have this like notion that it looks more like Europe than the rest of Europe, because like a lot of what we see on TV is Budapest. So let's just go check it out and see if we can spot anything cool. Before we get going on our busy day, y'all know that we had to get some sweets, and not just any sweets. This is a Hungarian chimney cake, which I believe is a very popular dish, or I say dish, but food here in Hungary. So I'm gonna try it out. I just got like a cinnamon one. Oh, you see how it unravels like a cinnamon bun? It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a bit dry. But the dough is good. It's delicious. It kind of gives me cinnamon bun vibes without the icing, which I like. Good pick me up. Also, we heard from someone who has also tried this before. I don't think he was a local, but he seemed well versed in traveling, especially in Hungary. And he said that don't get these chimney cakes with the filling because it's just too much. Unless you're like a fanatic for sweets, then maybe give it a try, see how you feel. But I would recommend, based on that and how I'm eating it now, to just go with the plain old one. Get cinnamon, sugar, whatever, just not filled.
So right behind us is...
Sorry, he had sugar on his lips.
Let's try that again. So right behind us, you might think is an art statement, but it's actually just the statues wrapped up in a balloon because they wanted to protect the monument, because the Christmas market was around this area, and they said, how best do we protect it than putting a balloon over it? So
from like the weather and stuff. You know?
Exactly. So that's why it's there.
Just a minute forwards from that last location in the square where all the shopping was, which we'll come back to. There is a gorgeous view of the river, the Danube River, and this river separates the Buda side from the Pest side. So we are currently exploring and all around the Pest side, but prior to the 1700s, there was actually 3 different, I guess, cities, if you will. Buda, which is right here. There's also Old Buda, which is over that way, and it was the oldest. Old Buda makes sense. And Pest over here. So the river is really cool kind of to see the separation and how it all comes together. What's interesting is where the president and the prime minister stay, and where prior royal families stayed. It was actually on the Buda side because it's more hilly, so it kind of looks over the Pest side and separated by the river. So it's kind of like an overlooking and a source of protection from the river. Like I said before about the bridge that is connecting Pest to Buda to make Budapest. We are at it now, and it's gorgeous. It is actually the oldest bridge that is connecting the two. And funny enough, the architect, William Clark, I forget his middle name, but William Clark, He had designed it and he was such a perfectionist that he said once it was open and done, if anyone noticed any imperfections, he would jump off the bridge. Now when it was opened, of course there's always those people that go around and make sure that they're checking, they want to be a part of it, and a couple people had pointed out that the tongues of the lions on either side of the bridge were missing. Now, legend says that he jumped off, but that's not true. He lived another happy 20 years despite the imperfection. I just think it's a hilarious tale that people say.
This bridge is another Instagram spot where you can come and take some fire photos, post it on Instagram. Instagram spot alert, check.
St. Stephen's Basilica, which is probably one of the most beautiful churches that I've ever seen. It's got like a gorgeous terrace that you can go up to, and interestingly, it is built as the tallest point in Budapest at 92 meters, I believe, and that and the parliament are the only things that reach that height, so no skyscrapers reach higher than that, and it's to signify that the church and the state are of equal importance and have equal value, which I think is really cool. And I like how there's no skyscrapers, because then it's like you go up there and you can see all of Budapest, nothing's obstructing it. But this was built for St. Stephen because he was the first king of Budapest and the first king that was spreading Christianity in the city against the former pagan principality. So very monumental time in history. That church was so unique. The red marble columns and pillars that were all around the church, and the gold ceilings and the candles. It had a very medieval, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, you can see for yourself, but it is phenomenal. And I think it's really cool because it's the largest church in Budapest, so it's a nice marking of the history that St. Stephen brought, and the fact that he brought Christianity basically to this country, whether it was accepted or not. I think it's awesome, and that it still stands here today, bells ringing and all. And interestingly enough, his hand is in there. When he had died, it was like sometime in 1090, let's just say, I don't remember. His hand was found, and now it stands there mummified for all to see. Today is feeling a little bit more like a history lesson, and that's okay. I guess there's just a lot of history here in Budapest. But right here in front of us is a tribute or a memorial to Russia, because there was a lot of collaboration and help from Russia in a lot of times of trouble and war for Hungary. And so it's the last standing one. It's gorgeous. However, the funniest part is that the US embassy is right behind me on this side, and so a lot of people have coined the term the Russian middle finger, because as we all know, there is a little bit of conflict between the two countries, and I kind of love the, I guess, irony of having it right here, and then the embassy is placed just wonderfully there.
All right, so we're now back to that shopping district that we were at initially. And funny enough, there is like a line very similar to Barcelona, just a straight line for 2 kilometers of shopping malls. So we're excited to...
Doyen's most prized possession. His dream shopping.
We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna show you the full 2 kilometer strip, and we're gonna have fun doing it. All right, we'll see you guys there. Apparently, I thought I was the shopaholic, but Caitlin's the one that already bought something.
It's because he refuses to buy anything, and he's like, "Oh babe, buy this. Yeah, it looks great on you." Somebody just called me a shopaholic, but I have you know, I only bought like 3, maybe 4 things. So it wasn't quite as long as we thought, but that's okay because I got some things, and if it was as long as we thought, we'd be in trouble because although we like to find things and be all fancy, we only have so much room in our luggage, so it's okay, it's good. I'm satisfied, and now we go back to the hotel. It's been a long day. Hey y'all, it is the next morning. Afternoon. No, it's still morning. It's fine. And we've made it to the Szegedy baths, which is the largest thermal baths, I believe, in all of Europe. It's gorgeous. It has beautiful architecture all around, which we are excited to see. And I think there's like 10 pools and no, there's 16. There's a lot, and saunas and steam rooms. The interesting thing also is that the thermal water from the baths that is not used or is recycled and sent to the zoo, which the animals like hippos love.
Here he comes. I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky.
So we just got out of the baths, and overall it was such a good experience, from the indoor saunas to the indoor pools to the outdoor section. Overall, I feel really relaxed. We were in there for like 4 hours, but it was a great experience overall, so I loved it. But I'll let Caitlin give you her bit on it.
It was a lot of fun, but I do feel like I preferred the outdoor pools. I like how they had a lot of options and a lot of space for people, but the outdoor pool, that's my jam because you got the sun, you got natural light, you got more of an open space. The indoor one is a bit more like congested, although it is big. But yeah, no, it was good. I like to explore it all, and overall, it was a positive experience.
So we just finished at the Szegedy baths, and it was such a good experience. And now it's time for a beautiful sunset cruise with my baby on the river.
That's me.
That's her. That's her. Just in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know. And we get to see the sunset, the beautiful city, the vibes. Ooh, we're excited.
We've made it. We're on top of the boat. We almost didn't make it because we were supposed to be here earlier, and we were just rushing. Dwayne said that he's sweating because he put his jacket on, but we made it. And upon our arrival, some nice little drinks, which, I mean, it's simple, but it's the little things that matter.
This is probably one of the activities that I will say you need to spend money on. This sunset tour, it takes you, it's about an hour. It takes you through the waterways of Budapest, and you get to see both the Buda and the Pest side right from the middle of the boat. And so far, we're just starting, but I'm loving it.
About 15 minutes in, and we've gone the opposite way of all of the other places that we visited. So it looks like a very modern side of Budapest. And yeah, no, I think it takes you back around, which I'm excited for because I know when it gets dark, the city lit up is absolutely beautiful, especially the Parliament. So I hope that we catch a view of that.
All right, guys, Instagram spot alert. This, as you can see from Caitlin, is another Instagram spot where you can get some fire photos. You should now call me the official Instagram spot alerter.
This is like the main attraction of this entire evening cruise, sunset cruise, especially because it's dark now, and not completely, but you can see the city still, and the lights are on, and it's lit up, and it's magical. And I was just saying to Doya that I think after this especially, like this solidifies it, that the architecture here has been my favorite out of everywhere that we've been. We've gotten off our boat from the cruise and it was absolutely gorgeous. The views were unreal. I also really have to pee, and my pee dance is about to break out, so let's go. It's felt like a long day. We're back at the hotel. Honestly, it felt busy, but if I look back and I recap everything, like with the spa and then going on our cruise, it doesn't sound that busy, but like we were out all day, we were out in the sun, we were enjoying life, and it was like one of those chill busy days, and I'm super happy about it. But now it's time to relax, go to bed, and see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Budapest. We are on day 3, and let me just point this out that look at Caitlin. She looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't know why she's looking this good on day 3, but I'll take it.
Because third time's the charm, I guess.
She said because third time's the charm. So today we have some exciting activities planned. We're going to the Buda Castle, and it's that big, beautiful castle up the hill. And we're really excited to show you about it. It's gonna be a good time.
We've not yet been to the Buda side, so I'm really excited because when we've been on the river, that side looks absolutely gorgeous, a bit different, so check it out. We are in front of Buda Castle, I think. We're a little confused because there's a lot of gorgeous things here. There's some really nice, what do you call it, like a gate that looks very fancy, and then behind Doyen, so in front of me is the president's house, so it's like the Budapest White House, and there's just a lot of stuff going on here, lots of fancy stuff. We've got guards with rifles. That's how you know it's serious. That's how you know there's very important people here. But yeah, let's go check it out, see if I'm right about where we are. Okay, y'all, yeah, I was right. I'm convinced. So we're gonna go inside, see how much the tickets are, and go explore. The view from that viewpoint is wild, and now I know why like the Prime Minister and the President chose, and like the royals before, chose this side of the river, because you can literally see everything. So they wanted to know what was going on. Hungarian National Gallery was absolutely gorgeous. A lot of really cool art pieces, but I really loved the descriptions behind each of the sections because I really felt like it immersed me in it, and sometimes we just don't get that, and it makes me enjoy the art more. So it was good, and now we're gonna move on to, what is it, the Bastion, Fisher, it's something. Apparently it has nothing to do with fish or fishing or anything, but it's beautiful, so let's go. We're here at Fisherman's Bastion, which absolutely has nothing to do with fishermen, which makes sense because it's nowhere near the coast. But some theories online think that maybe fishermen lived below the area and kind of protected it, so it makes sense to me. I think I'm gonna go with that personally. If Dwayne disputes it, he has now or forever hold his peace. Anyways, we're gonna go check it out. I think it's fairly cheap to go inside, but either way, we're gonna look around the area and see some of the famous architecture that people all around the world can go see. We just finished at what was actually Matthias Church, not the Fisherman's Bastion, which we did check out as well, but we went in Matthias Church and it was gorgeous. A lot of cool areas and a museum. I liked how they let you kind of go upstairs and check out and have more information and then have a broader view. It was amazing. Now we're starving, obviously. I feel like there's a certain part in the day where I always say that, and it's because the hanger comes out. So before I let it unleash on Doyen, we're gonna go get some Italian food, I think, which is good everywhere. Okay, we filled our bellies. And may I add, the food was really good. We can link the restaurant down below because it was worth it and affordable. But that's beyond the point. We got full bellies and ready to go to bed because we have a full day ahead of us tomorrow because we're taking a day trip to Vienna! Good morning, everybody. We caught our train here from Budapest about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Nothing too crazy. Now we're here, kind of end of the morning. We had a little bit of coffee, a little bit of sweets. I had an apple strudel, which feels very Austrian German, which, you know, you have to. Anyways, our first stop here is the Belvedere Palace. Let's go learn a little bit about it.
We're now on the grounds of the Belvedere Palace, which houses some of the most beautiful arts from the 16th century. And I don't know what inside's gonna be like, but I guess we'll find out. That's what traveling's about. It's all about finding out.
And you know what? A lot of the time, I don't know if I always trust what the website says because, of course, if it's your own institution, you're gonna say it's the best art, the best fill in the blank. So we will see for ourselves. So we've got the upper palace and the lower palace. We got the combined ticket, which was a little bit more expensive, but still cheaper than if you were to technically like do one of each. So we'll explore the upper one first, but the lower one is like kind of at the end of this little mini garden, and it reminds me, just the way it's shaped kind of reminds me of the Palace of Versailles. Obviously it comes nowhere near, but just like the way that there's sculptures kind of like lining the gardens and like the little shaved shrubs around. So I feel like palaces back then were just kind of designed very similarly, but it's beautiful. Like I know why they did it. In the lower Belvedere, which is just down the hill and through the beautiful gardens, and they have more stuff here, different stuff as to what we're seeing right now. This is like a medieval section, so it's definitely got a different kind of theme, it feels, but let's go explore.
I have to say this, I think Vienna is the second cleanest city in all of Europe, second behind
Monaco. That shit was clean.
I didn't see a single speck of dirt in Monaco, but Vienna is a very close second. It's just so clean.
I wanted a schnitzel. I don't think this is what it is. This is a classic Vienna white pork sausage. It said it was popular and it said classic Vienna, so I'm like, oh, I'm in Vienna, I should probably get it. But anyways, this is like the best sausage I've ever had. I'm not even kidding. It's very like that classic German kind of taste, and when I tell you it's the best I've ever had, best. I'm speechless. Yeah, I'm still eating my sausage, but right behind me is St. Stephen's Church. Yeah, church. It is amazing. When we were coming up to it and it slowly started to reveal itself from the building, we were like it was kind of blocking it. Dwayne said, "Wow." It's not every day that we audibly say it. Sometimes we think it, we don't say it, but when it gets drawn out of you, that's how you know it's good. the Austrian National Library, which I'm super excited about because as a scholar, y'all know I love books, I love all that kind of stuff. I spent all my time in the library. This is the largest library in Austria and has over 12 million items, which I can't even comprehend, honestly. Like, I've seen a lot of books in my day, but 12 million? Sheesh! Just finished looking around the State Hall, and I have to say it was one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. If you've seen the cartoon Beauty and the Beast, it does kind of remind me of the library that's in the Beast's castle, mansion, whatever you want to call it. Very just, I don't know how to describe it, just like medieval. A lot of the books are kept in certain conditions because they're so old, and some replicas have been actually dipped in 22-karat gold to actually replicate what the originals look like, and a lot of other really cool facts.
So this marks the end of our Vienna day trip. It was such a great experience. It is so beautiful, such a beautiful town, beautiful city, and it's so clean.
It was clean. I will say our one mistake was doing a day trip and not actually like going there for at least a few days, because there was a lot of things that we passed by that we were like, this is gorgeous, we don't have time, oh my gosh, look at this, and yeah.
The point of a day trip, guys, is if you want to see another place and you have a long time, like a long amount of time to spend in one place, but you want to see somewhere else, I would say it's a great time to see, like, go on a small day trip. But a city is as big as Vienna, it's not a day trip city. But if you want to make it a day trip city, I say absolutely go for it. Visit 3 key spots, and then you could say you've been to Vienna.
You did it.
Now we can say we've been to Vienna. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
At the beginning of day 5, we walked around the parliament and just took in all of its beauty and took in the beauty of all the surrounding areas. And it was a really great way to both start the day and wrap up our amazing trip in Budapest.
Now we are on our way to go get some traditional Hungarian goulash.
Imagine being here.
It sounds like the gulag, actually.
Okay,
First of all, it sounds like the gulag. Just kidding.
But really not. Can you imagine being here for 5 days and not having traditional Hungarian food except for the chimney cake? That's just shameful.
Yeah, it's very shameful. So we're gonna go get our bellies full with some delicious gulag and goulash. Sorry, and let you know how it tastes.
Okay, so we have sat down and we ordered our goulash. It wasn't actually on the menu, but we asked and they did have it. So if you're ever unsure and you want to try it, always ask. I haven't had my first bite yet, so let's see how it is. It's like a stew. Oh, it's steaming, so it might be hot. I'm just cutting it up so it's less hot, but here we go. The flavors are not really what I expected. It's really bold, but it's not spicy. I think it's beef for sure. Oh, I like that.
Let's see if I have the same insight as Caitlin. I'm excited to dive in and really try this. That's good. Yeah, this is good goulash. This is my first time trying it. I don't know if it's good or not, but compared to the others, but from what I'm eating, it is delicious. Like, it's moist, it's tasty, it has a flavor profile that I haven't tried before. So this is good. I like it.
Okay, y'all, after we finally got our fix of our traditional Hungarian food, that was our last stop. It was the last thing to tick off here in Budapest, and obviously there was a lot more that we could have done, but
we're tired.
And I can't believe it's been a whole week here. It's really only felt like a few days, and that's just what happens when you visit amazing places, I guess.
That's true.
So this is the end of our time here in Budapest.
And we'll see you next time. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video. And really, we do all of this for you. Our goal is to show you the best places to eat, to visit, and things to do. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please press that subscribe button below and make sure you check out our next adventure, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!